So I know I'm a little bit early on this, but I wanted to talk about the next banned and restricted list. That one's only going to be a month and a half long. A lot of players are going to be like, what? Okay, so let's kind of dissect the format here and look at how things are going, I guess. We'll start on like the lower end of the spectrum here. Let's look at Mermails to start. Alright, so Mermails, they lost Abyss Gunde on the last list. Put it to 1. The deck adapted Patrick Hoban engine last format as well. Triple Reckless, triple Upstart, things like that. The deck really isn't doing much right now. The loss of Abyss Gunde, I consider it enough to have slowed down the deck, to put it at the point to where it's really not that great right now. So definitely, I don't think anything needs to happen to that deck. Also, Fire Fist are perfectly in check as well. They're basically dead currently. Looking at the big two right now, I guess, would be Hat and Madoche. Realistically, Madoche is considered the best deck at the moment, but it really isn't. Angeli, if you want to put it to 1, I guess, would balance back up the deck. I think you would kill any chance of it being competitive. Honestly, I could be wrong. I mean, one Angeli still makes the deck, you know, hoot hoot and do what it's got to do. But I don't think hitting Angeli even has to happen, because I think the deck is perfectly fine the way it is. Looking at Hat, the hands have to get limited in some way, shape, or form. Honestly, they should be put to 2 to balance it out. 3 is just too much. The Trap Tricks engine, I think, is fine. My Remelio and Dino can stay where they're at. I think there's no way that those cards are even troublesome for the game. The Artifact engine, on the other hand, triple Sanctum, triple Ignition, triple Morale Attack. Something might happen to Sanctum. They might limit it to 2. Just putting it straight to 1, I think, just kills any chance of artifacts ever having a functioning whatsoever, which I think would just be overly disgusting. Outside of that, we enter into Dragon Rulers. You guys know about Dragon Rulers. Soul Charge that deck, basically. Honestly, Soul Charge at this point in time, I mean, people really hate the card. Let's be realistic here, though. But now that Primal Origins came out, we've had a few events. ARG Washington, Philadelphia, YCS. I mean, the card hasn't done anything. I mean, it's present, don't get me wrong, but it's not that overpowered card that we had those first 2 weeks, because the set just power creeped it. The card is very good. I think it should go to 1. I think decks should still have the way to abuse something like that. 3 is too many, though. My other flip side of the coin is Skill Drain. This has been an issue. It's been needed to be addressed for quite some time. I don't know why Skill Drain is still 3. I'd put it to 2, like they did with all the other good cards at one point in time. Outside of that, looking at Boojins, I don't think anything has to happen to them. I mean, everybody wants Tenki to go back to 2 to balance out the deck. I mean, the deck's not overly overpowered as it is. It's just protect the castle. Same thing as Evil Swarm. And, you know, everybody still wants Ophion limited to 1, but let's be realistic here. I've said this a million times over. You know, Ophion has to exist to counter other decks, because if Evil Swarm don't exist in the current format, we'll just have a power overflow. Like, everybody will be like, oh, well, I can play Dragon Rulers now and just have a free tournament. There was a rumor going around for a little bit, something about Dragunities getting a broken TCG exclusive in the Duelist Advent. I'm not sure how accurate that is. If that's the case, it means they would be bringing back Dragon Ravine, and we'd probably see the death of the 4 Dragon Rulers, watching them get banned. Now, I don't think that has to happen. I think Dragon Rulers, the 4 existing at 1, creates a deck in and itself, and realistically, I don't see that as a problem. The deck's not that hard to beat. I mean, Soul Drain wins you the game. Outside of that, I mean, Ghost Tricks aren't a thing. I mean, like, they top every once in a while. I'm not too worried about it. I mean, this next ban list really doesn't have to kill as much. I mean, the format's very balanced for what it is. I mean, we just gotta clean up the hands to diversify the format a little bit. I mean, Evil Swarm still are fine. Constellars don't exist anymore. Gear, on the other hand, I'm indifferent about this. Gear should probably go to 1, because the card does make the deck what it is. but you can't outright ban it. Yugioh won't ever function again without Yugioh gear. I think Yugioh gear to 1 or 2 would be fine. Just less BS that you have to deal with. As for reactive battle traps like Deep Prison, Mirror Force, I think they're fine the way it is. Torrential, on the other hand, a lot of people have been thinking about bringing this card back to counteract the beautiful pendulum summons that we have coming in the next few months. I don't know if we're going to get that right off of the bat. It's something to consider, Torrential coming back to 2. Outside of that, I don't think they can really do anything else on the trap board. So guys, leave a comment down below. Tell me what you guys think about Banless Predictions. There's not really much they have to do except, like I said, just clean up the hands, clean up Yugioh. We go back into a balanced format. I mean, there's nothing wrong with having 8 to 10 decks being playable. At least, you know, the decks are finally starting to compete with each other. I mean, it took Matt O'Shea 1 card to get them to where they are. And like I said, it's Yu-Gi-Oh! So guys, please communicate, leave a comment down below, and I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Please thumbs up this video to show your support, and please check out Vanguard 40 for Cardfight Vanguard, MKohl Games for miscellaneous trading card games, and No Limit Gaming for a brand new series of Yu-Gi-Oh videos. Thanks for watching.